Good evening, guys. So in the following video I'm gonna cover with you guys the DJ course. I think I did mention this course in part 1 of my the previous video, and I did cover the pitch range, the BPM of a song, the tempo, and the pitch fader, how it works. So if you haven't watched part 1 of the video, please go and check on my YouTube channel or on TikTok, right, where I cover all these concepts. So in this segment of the video I'm gonna cover pitch range once again, which is so important, and a pitch fader. But I'm just gonna dig deep a bit on the pitch range topic, which is your baseline. So let's get into this video, right? Let's start. So by default it is normally at 0.00%, which I mentioned in part 1 of the video. It's matching the song's original tempo, which is your BPM. So do not confuse the tempo of a song with the pitch range. The pitch range is how far the song can stretch. You have your 6%, you have your 8, you have your 20, you have your 10, you have your 16. But the best pitch range for amapiano is normally around 10% and 16, which I normally would prefer for you to mix on. But whenever I mix on the 350 Pioneer CDJs, I use the 16, right, which is the best. So let's see, for example, let's say you have your bass tempo of, let's say, 112 BPM, and you want to know how far the song can stretch by using the pitch range concept, right? And let's say if you use a pitch range of 10%, so what you're gonna do is if you look down below, you're gonna take your 10%, you're gonna divide it by 112, right? So you're gonna say 112 times 0.10. Since this is percentage, you're gonna first divide it by 100, right? And after you've got your calculation, you're gonna say 112 times 0.10, right? And you get 11.2%, right? So we're gonna look at the following. So you're gonna look at the minimum BPM 112 can stretch, which is, so the question is, how are you gonna calculate it? So you're gonna take 112, the BPM minus 112 minus 11.2, which we found here, right? Then it's equals to 100.8 BPM, right, which is close to 101 if you round this number off, right? And the maximum stretch for the 112 BPM is you're gonna calculate it is you're gonna take 112 plus 11.2%, and you're gonna get, so equals to 123.2 BPM, right? So let me check. Let me just check. So if you want to know how far it can stretch, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the minimum BPM, which is 100.8 minus 123.2 BPM, then you're gonna get your answer. So this answer that you're gonna calculate here will show you, and it will determine how far 112 BPM can stretch, right? So let's check it at 116 BPM. So you're gonna use the same formula, right? So you're gonna say 116 of 112, which you're gonna first divide by 100%, and you're gonna get 0.16, right? I'm gonna get an answer of, so you're gonna first take 112 BPM times 0.16, and you're gonna equals to 17.92%. Let's go down. So the minimum BPM for 112, right? So you're gonna take 112 minus 17,92. So you're gonna get 94,08 BPM, right? Then the maximum BPM you're gonna get 112 plus, so you're gonna use plus. Guys, whenever you get maximum, you're gonna use plus. Minimum, you're gonna minus, right? 12 plus 7.92%, you're gonna get 129.92, so equals to 130 if you round this off BPM, right? So to determine how far this song can stretch on a 16% pitch range, you're gonna get your minimum BPM minus your maximum BPM, and then you can have your answer, right? Good. So following smooth. And on VirtualDJ 8, guys, if you go to deck B, and you want to see on which pitch range you are currently on, or the one that you prefer on playing, just follow the steps, right? The green arrow. Once you click on that on that green arrow, you should see the following options. Then you're gonna click on pitch range. You're gonna get this following options. You're gonna get 6%, 8%, 10%, 12%, 16, 25, 33, 15, and 100. Like I said in the previous video, you can use either between 10% or 16, depending on your choice. But I'm gonna go for 16, right? In the pitch fader, guys, this one is important. Guys, if your the pitch fader and the pitch range to go hand in hand. If your pitch range percentage is wrong, you won't be able to beat match, right? You will just make a lot of mistakes. So in order for you to know where to set up your pitch fader, in order for you to beat match with the following song, you need to first make sure that your pitch range is set on the correct percentage, right? So pitch fader changes speed at which a song is played. By default, it is usually at 0,00. So far, you guys should know this principle, right? For example, deck A is on 112 BPM, right? Which is the song's original BPM, right? Song is playing by its original BPM. If you would like to match the tempo of deck B, which is 113, to match deck A 112, you will bring it to 0,90% your pitch range first, right, to match deck A, which is 112 BPM. So let me show you guys what they mean by that. Let me show you guys. So we have this song here, Dali Stocky and Brandon, which is 112. See, it's on 0,0%, which means it's the song's original BPM 112. And on deck B we have 113, which is the song's original BPM, right? In order for us to match deck B with deck A, we're gonna use the synchronize button. But check what's gonna happen. See, it's now slowed down to 0,9, so it goes upwards, right? Take it back to its original BPM. Then just take it back and just reset it to its original BPM, which is 113. Sync, it changes to minus 0,9, so you slow it down to 0,90%, right? In order for you to beat match with deck A, or B to beat match with deck A. Simply what I mean there by the theory, right? So as a DJ, I will advise you to play at one master tempo if you start DJing. Yes, you can start with 112 and 113, just so that you can get the hang of it.